Hello, and welcome to the fandom! Oh my god, that is so hot. Wait, hold on, I need to... Oh god, that's so much better. So when you hear the phrase, love makes us do crazy things, it's normally said in kind of a fond, sweet sort of way. He ran all the way to the bus stop in the next town to ask her to stay with him. Love makes us do crazy things. The reason being that in that situation, crazy implies devotion and loyalty above all else, which we tend to find very appealing and romantic. But man, sometimes that crazy love is just dangerous. Today's episode is called The Yandere. I'm Dodger, and on behalf of all of us, welcome to the spooky fandom. So what is a yandere? Yandere is a character type that many people are completely fascinated with. It's actually a portmanteau of two Japanese words, the first being yanderu, which means sick, and the second being dere, which implies being love-struck or head over heels. When you put the two together, it literally means lovesick, but not in the same sort of way that we would use it. Yandere refers to a character who is so in love that their actions become twisted. They're sweet and loving and adorable, but also deranged and psychotic in order to get what they want or to keep what they have. Oh, you want examples? Oh, okay, if you insist. Kidnapping their love interest, killing a romantic rival, convincing their love interest that everybody in their life is out to kill them or hates them, attempted suicide if they think their love interest doesn't actually want them, convincing their love interest to participate in a double suicide, keeping a love interest's head after killing them, or eating a love interest so that their bodies can actually become one. You know, normal romantic stuff. Now some of you might be thinking, oh, so it's a stalker. Like you're describing a stalker right now. Kind of, it's sort of like, almost. Yandere is a branch off of what we call moe, and moe is a slang term for adorable or cute. So you see, the interesting thing about a yandere is that despite their actions, the way that they look and the voice that they have implies a lot of innocence. So their actions really serve to juxtapose against how the character is perceived, and that creates this really interesting character. As a side note, most of the time you don't really realize the character is a yandere until later. It's a really cool way to do it because then, not only does the love interest not realize it, but we, as the reader slash player slash watcher, we also find out at the same time as them, and you get to feel all those same emotions. And a lot of times this is displayed almost in a manner of multiple personalities. You have their adorable, sweet version that you see a lot at the beginning, and then the deeper you get into the story, you see their lovesick side, and you get to understand their triggers into becoming that person. It's so messed up because you get kind of lured into loving this character, right? And then they proceed to do so many unforgivable things. And depending on who you are, you war with this feeling of kind of like hatred for this character, or you find them all the more attractive. Now let's be honest, there's lots of literature that has been dissected when it comes to talking about like this fatal attraction, right? The dangerous hot person. It tends to fall into the realm of kinks or fetishes because not many people are gonna look you in the eye and say, yes, I absolutely want a yandere girlfriend. That sounds awesome in my for reals life. But lots of people will admit to finding it kind of sexy and attractive, this idea of having somebody who is so crazy in love with you that they'll do literally anything to be with you and to keep you safe. This branch of fetishism lines up mostly with BDSM because, look, there's like two ways that this can go. Number A is that you see the yandere as submissive. They'll do literally anything for you. They're completely under your control and they're happy to be that way. It's kind of a similar feeling to taming a wild animal. Number B is that you see the yandere as dominant. They are completely in control of your life. They constrict everything. They control what you eat, who you see, where you go. But in return, they keep you safe. They want you to see or think of nothing but them. And a lot of people fetishize that idea. Okay, so really quick, kind of a deviation, is that yanderes kind of remind me of that character type that I like to call the too dangerous guy. He's the guy who at some point without fail will turn to the camera and go, I want you. I need to have you. I'll do anything to be with you, but I'm not sure whether I want to love you or kill/eat you. People love that shit! It's this weird attraction we have to animalistic or instinct-based characters. There's this like oversharing honesty that makes them seem vulnerable, but they've been pre-established as being dangerous, and so it's like, oh. Some aspects of this character type is being overly aggressive, being very controlling, being overly jealous, and of course being devilishly handsome, if you please. The big difference here obviously is that yanderes are typically women because of the moe aspect of a yandere. And then the, you know, too dangerous guy is obviously a dude most of the time. Whether or not this is a cultural difference is kind of hard to say, because I feel like with both of them, despite the culture, it's the idea of this person loses their cool because of love, right? The Japanese ideal of a demure, quiet woman is shattered because of love, or the Western idea of like a stoic man's man is shattered because of love. Just to put it out there into the world, I do not condone the actions of characters like this. I find them fascinating, but I don't wish for people to be in relationships that are jealousy-filled and aggressive and abusive, unless that's like what you're into and it's like a sexual thing, and other than that you have mutual respect, then that's cool. But seriously, this is like one of my favorite character types because they're so interesting to me. Like, kind of the poster child for yanderes is a character named Gasai Yuno from Mirai Nikki. If you've never read or watched Mirai Nikki, you totally should. Only because of Yuno. It was like the first time that I experienced this sort of character being written in a dramatic way instead of a comedic way, and it added such an incredible psychological element. It brings up all these interesting questions like, are they in love, or are they in love with the idea of being in love? Do they struggle with the idea of being alone or rejected, and that's why they so aggressively and violently hold on to it? Or do they actually have some sort of an antisocial personality disorder? Because that would allow them to seem very even-tempered around people, but also be completely detached from the pain that they cause everyone in order to get what they want.
Roger, stop ruining yanderes for me. I don't care why they're doing what they're doing. I just want to imagine them touching my butt.
Okay, fine, it's cool, fair enough, fair enough. But again, I would argue that yanderes are fascinating, intriguing characters, and if a writer develops them correctly, they can really connect with you in a way that makes you kind of uncomfortable. And that's awesome. Are you attracted to dangerous or aggressive characters? What do you find appealing or unappealing about them? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. To yanderes and to dangerous guys alike, thank you so much for watching and welcome to the fandom!